From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Tuesday, November 25th, 2025.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Keith Matheny. A weather-related tip for Thanksgiving. Hold on to your Pilgrim hats and Detroit Lions caps. A mild start to the week will give way to rain and then blustery, windy, colder conditions on Thanksgiving Day, a National Weather Service meteorologist told the Free Press. Temperatures started the week with highs above 50, with rain moving in on Tuesday. But then a cold front bringing frigid air down from Canada is expected to make its way into the region. Temperatures will drop into the 40s and then the 30s by Thanksgiving Day, with gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour, making it feel like it's in the 20s outside. There's a chance for some isolated snow showers, including the potential for some lake-effect snow along the Lake Michigan coast in western Michigan, but Thanksgiving travel shouldn't be too affected by precipitation.
Hey there, everybody. This is Omari Sanko for the second Pistons beat writer for the Detroit Free Press. On this week's episode of our podcast, The Pistons Post, Bryce Simon and I were joined by ESPN's Tim Bontemps to discuss the Pistons' hot start and their path to being a sustainable contender. Here's a quick snippet of our conversation. Let's kind of talk about the sustainability of this. Like you said, they're 14-2. Are you going to push 65, 70 wins? Like, that's a bar that a lot of really good teams have not hit, right?
They're not going to do that. They're not the Thunder. And again, that is not, to be clear, that is to fans watching or listening. That is no criticism of the Pistons. They've had a phenomenal run to start the year. They've also been very lucky in some of these games. Like, they've won some of these games with all these guys out. It's probably not a reliable thing to keep happening. Like, for example, if, I don't remember who was guarding, might have been Bub Carrington, just decided not to guard Dennis Jenkins in the corner in that game against the Wizards. They lose to the Wizards, and yes, they had a bunch of guys out, but they had Cade Cunningham and some of their other guys playing, and they almost lost, I believe that was a home game, right, to the Wizards. Like, that's just a reminder that these guys are going to win in the 50s. Like, I think there's a very good chance they're the number one seed in the East because they are young, relatively healthy, and a lot of these other East teams are very uncertain and very injured and banged up and trying to find their way right now. But yeah, I don't think they're going to keep up with the Thunder on a 65-win pace this season. I mean, if they do, that's going to be one of the most shocking seasons, I would say, in the history of the league if they wind up with 65 or more wins. There's only, I think, 25 or so teams that have ever done that. And I think even the biggest Pistons fan out there would say this is not one of the 20 or 25 best teams we've ever seen.
You can hear that full conversation in this week's episode of The Pistons Post, which is available wherever you listen to podcasts. And as always, you can find our latest coverage on freep.com/sports.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.